Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, the video is long, and I am not going to edit any of it, but I'm gonna have a little sections here and there paused in the video, which is me recording it, and I have put my little input to try and explain it better. But please watch the entire video all the way through. I know it will be very boring, but this is what every single Tier 11 tank in World of Tanks do right now in World of Tanks, what the mechanic is, and hopefully we have something similar coming to World of Tanks Blitz. Now, please enjoy the video. I know it is an hour plus long or 60 minutes or so. Just enjoy the video. Grab a drink, grab a snack, grab a coffee. Fuck, I should go for a coffee, but I don't have no milk. Fucking milk. Fucking subscribe. Right? Support me. Help me buy a coffee. Anyways, thanks for click on the video. Enjoy the obviously what I'm talking about Tier 11s coming to World of Tanks Blitz. Enjoy it. Alright, so we have here the KR1, which is after a Tier 10 tank, which is the IS-7. So, the special mechanic for this tank is where you can obviously ram the enemies. I'm not sure if it will show up, but yeah, the special mechanic is the ramming. It says here in the top part of your screen right now. So, drawn on design experience from earlier models, this vehicle is specifically configured for deadly ramming attacks. Structural reinforcement allows it to deal more damage when ramming enemy vehicles, giving it an upper hand in close quarter combat. So, of course, this tank. So this is what the ramming is here. It's on the left side of your screen. So the ramming damage caused up to plus 60, and a ramming caused to suspension is plus 20. So, of course, that is if you maxed out the upgrades, you will do more damage if you upgrade this tank more. So, but yeah, then there's also this tank, which is called the Object 432U, which is its mechanic is a thermal ballistic overcharge, meaning that up to 6.5 seconds, it can do whatever damage you have maxed it out. So up to 2 charges overheat duration. There's up to 7 time before charge overheating. 1, 2.5 or 3.5 time to reach heat levels. So for the first one, for the heat 1 to charge up, which is both bars, that is 1 second. To charge it up to bar 2, that is 2.1 seconds. To fully charge it, it is 3.5 seconds. Average damage per heat level percentage. So for the first one, it's a 6.5 extra damage on what it is. So right now, the average damage is 450. So if you do the first charge, I believe it will be uh 500 damage or so. If you wait for until it reaches up to the second bar, it will do around maybe 550 to 600. And if you charge it up to the max, you can do around 600 or 700 for say, which that is one of the T11s. The other one, which I've already showed you, the next one, which is a newer one, is called the Gorilla. And this one is a multi-pack charge system. On what it does, so there's two reload systems for this sort of tank, and it's after the E4 tech tree line. So its average damage is around 800 a shot. And after when you shoot it, you can actually shoot around 400 damage after the reload. So it has a shot lock duration, seconds, depends on what upgrade you are on. There's shell velocity, so it's up to 750 duration. Dispersion at 100 meters is up to 125. Rate of fire rounds in every round slash minute is up to 222. And average penetration is up to 260. So you every time you shoot your full shot, which is your average penetration with 305 to 800 damage, you will, if you like, as you can see here on the left side of your bar, that's what it would look like in the game if it's does the same amount of, if it is the same mechanics, if we're getting the same mechanics. So every time you do your 800 shot, you can actually wait till it reloads to halfway, and you do, obviously it is less penetration and you do less damage, which is a good compensation for this tank, which is that is for after the T110 E4 tech tree. Another one, which is the the hacker, is after the M48 pad. My mistake. The next one, which is after the E5 line, is called the T803, which this tank is completely broken. You can actually, there's a video right here where we can see all the mechanics. We will, you know what? Let's actually do that right now for you guys, and you will see. Except the crocodile, but we will go ahead and go to this tank. Okay, let's go ahead and go to here about tank, and I will go ahead and shut up for you guys so you can watch it once it loads, of course. So, no further ado, let's go ahead and watch this video, shall we? And it's on YouTube, so it will probably take a couple minutes, couple seconds, not minutes, couple seconds for it to reload. Are you gonna reload, sir? Right now it's buffering. So the here it is. So it will take around 8 seconds for you to reload halfway, and for that you would do 406, which is if there's you can protect yourself a little bit if you're in like a close quarter combat. You are able to protect yourself with where you're playing the gorilla or for say. So this is what this mechanic is. Once more, frontal. If it was fully loaded, your penetration will jump up to its average penetration, and you will actually pen the front of the Fosh B. I believe it will show you now, actually. as you saw there, there's like a little 3 second or 2 second or 1 second uh block duration, so you have to wait for it to actually fully load for you to shoot. And as you saw there, the little glowy flashlight little icon shows you that you can actually pen the tank and do the damage. So that is what the Grilly does. Now let's go ahead and go to the T803. So this is a semi-automatic ammo pack. So what it does, so 2 reload efficiency level per duration, reload efficiency level per hit, up to 11 reload efficiency level duration, up to 3% reload speed bonus per effective level, 5 minimum reload efficiency level, and up to 15% average DPM at maximum reload efficiency level. The vehicle of penetration at 262 and 410 damage. And we will go ahead and show you the mechanics now once it reloads. So every time you shoot the guy, you don't have to pen all the time. You can shoot his tracks, and there will be a bar on the right side of your screen. Every so on track shot, or if you pen, that bar will fill up. If it's max up, you will do 4,000 DPM per shot, which is insane. But on auto tanks, it will be like 3.8 DPM, I think. I'm not sure, but I am working towards the T110E5 line, which is the most DPM in Tier 10. But for Tier-11, the T802 or 3, whenever this fucking loads, please load. I would just shut up. So I'm not sure if you've seen it, but if you max out the bar, your reload time will be decreased. Right now, if you have your crew max out, and then if you have brothers in arms on water tanks, you can drop your reload time to 3 seconds, which is insane on water tanks. Yeah, so it shows here if you don't shoot at the enemies, it will decrease. As you can see here, it shows you how long your reload is. Now, upon Wargaming's release of this video, this vehicle has been nerfed slash buffed, so the reload time isn't really 8 seconds, I think, but you can have this drop down to 5 seconds if you run a lot of like things, and if you like max out the upgrades to the max, then you will be able to extend the duration so it goes less slowly downwards. So that's what that tech does. Now let's go ahead and go to the hacker. The hacker is uh the cryo stabilizers. So what this does, so engine power HP plus 10, traverse speed plus 10, -6 dispersion at 100 meters, -100 to dispersion during your gun traverse, negative 100 to dispersion during hold traverse, and negative 100 to dispersion during movement. It stacks up to 15, and the cooldown is 30 seconds. Your average penetration is 273, and your damage is 410. So let's go ahead and get what this mechanic for you to show. This is what this does. As you saw there, if you push an X key, your aiming circle will decrease. It will be a tighter circuit, and you will hit a lot more of your shots. So that's what this mechanic is. So that's what this mechanic is for the hacker. Now the Ares 90C, it's a thermal overheat control autocannon, and it's a reserve track. So I don't really need to talk about that tank because the Ares 90 tech tree is not in the game yet. So this is what the tank looks like, so that I won't bother showcasing you the tank. Now the Hirsch Kaffa, which is after the Gorilla 15. The Hirsch Kaffa, it has a same like the more you hold the ammo or more you hold it has the Persilic thermal control system. Let's go ahead and tell you what it does. So it has two preheat transition delays and up to 20 speed limit. So if you go under a certain speed limit, it will start going up. But if you go beyond that, you will not get that if this effect enabled. 10 time to 0 preheat, up to 10 time to full preheat. So it takes 10 seconds to fully preheat it, up to negative 18.5 dispersion at full preheat, and up to 33.3 average damage at full preheat. So you are accurate as is, same as the Gorilla 15, which is the accurate tier 10 in the game for tank destroyers. And obviously you have an average penetration of 290 on the Hirsch Kappa, and you do 600 a shot. But I will go ahead and show you the mechanic now for this tank. That's the average right now. So in order for you to actually use the mechanic, obviously for starting of the match, it will not be activated, obviously. So if you're like AFK for the start of the match and you have enemies coming, you won't be able to do any of it. And there's a little surprise. I believe that Wargamer will showcase this. So as you saw there, it got up to here. It was around like 600 a shot, or yeah, 600. But you can let it go up, which I believe this video will show you what it is. You can do maximum of 750. But it high rolled for 821. When the enemies are on low health, this is what will happen. Amarak. So that is what this mechanic does on the Hirschkäfer. Now, after sorry, after the mouse, the Taschenrate. So this tank has a little gun beside it, and it shoots a pretty much a auxiliary weapons, which it deals extra damage. So it says here, um, up to 40 auxiliary weapon loading, so it will take 40 seconds to reload it. There's 2 weapon shells per activation, so it will shoot 2, so you cannot shoot 1 and save the other to later. It will forcefully make you shoot 2. Uh, Average damage per shell is 250. So if you somehow pin it, you would do around, I don't know, maybe 600 a shot. But obviously the average shell penetration is obviously 80. So for the main gun, you have a 268 average of penetration, around 510 damage, which is for obviously Taschenrate. It is obviously a bigger, stronger mouse. Obviously, with the hit points of around 3,300. I wonder if our Taschenrate, what we will get, I'm not sure when that will be. I wonder if we will be getting, like, for example, the same amount of hit points on the Taschenrate. So, yeah. So, all right. The next one after the Leopard 1, which is the Leopard 120. For this one, I don't really need to uh show you the little video, but I will do it anyways. So I will go ahead and then tell you what the ballistic computing does. I will tell you what its main gun does for stock. So the average damage is 284 penetration. Sorry, not the damage. The damage is 440. Rate of fire is 6.73. Gun loading is 8.92. And aiming time is 1.53, which is absolutely nuts. And the average damage per minute is 2,961. So we will go ahead and tell you what the analog ballistic computing device do. It has an up to negative 20 dispersion at minimum accuracy level, up to negative 40 dispersion at on movement slash traverse at maximum accuracy level. It has 4 maximum accuracy levels, which I will show you the video. It up to negative 5 dispersion at 100 meters per accuracy level, and up to 30 speed limit. So once more, it is like the not the Tasha, the Hirschkäfer. It, if you go below 30, that is when the activation starts. If you go above that, you obviously, that mechanic will not be activated. And up to 4 time to gain of accuracy level. No further ado, I will go ahead and show you what obviously this mechanic does within the video. So let's go and watch that. So as it shows you there, if you're below a certain speed, you will be more accurate. So it is like our Leopard 1 right now in the current Blitz, which is the accurate medium tank in World of Tanks Blitz till today. It is still accurate, but this tank makes it in the whole next level. You be crazy good, accurate, crazily accurate. It won't affect the damage penetration at all, and you will still do the same amount of damage. So the only upside to this mechanic, at a certain speed, it will slowly uh increase the accuracy, aka the, obviously, as you saw there in the video. So yeah, that is what that mechanic is. Right. Next, which is the RHMPZW. I have no clue what this tank is. I'm gonna go call it the Low Kibs Niffer. I don't know. It's called. This mechanic is a laser target designator, which I will tell you more later. But let's go what the main gun does. So obviously it is a versatile light tank, so you get to spot for your enemy, or spot for your team, not your enemies, sorry. So the average penetration, not damage, me, come on, log in, it is 244. For the average damage, it is 303. But here's where the laser target designator comes in. So it is up to 30 initial cooldown, up to 20 cooldown seconds, and up to 12.5 mark duration. I will show you what the video for this tank does, and it is up to 15 additional damage to marked enemies. So let's, no further ado, I will go ahead and show you what the video is about, and no further ado, let's get into it. So as you saw there, you do not need to um pen the target. You just have to hit it. And as you see there, it has a 10-second or 15-second of duration. I believe in our current game, I believe it will be 10 seconds, which we obviously have smaller maps. And of course, we have less HP than what World of Tanks has. And as you saw there, uh, your teammates do about 15 more percent damage on what they averagely do. You can obviously shoot, and it will physically place a marker for your teammates to shoot in that specific location, as you see there. And that's what it does. That is what that tank does. The next one is, obviously I showed you what this tank does, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what the obviously the video is. So I will go ahead and, is it gonna load? Hello, there we go. You can interrupt it anytime. Okay. So as you saw there, like not what I have said. So it doesn't go up the damage. I believe that max damage you can do is I think 600. So as you saw there, it did around 530, the maximum that you can do, but at lower for 522. So let's go ahead and let's see if it we will see if this video shows you what it does. Nope, it's 560. And as you saw there, you only have 3 seconds to shoot your 560 damage to the enemy. Otherwise, it will just get rid of it completely. I think it will also show you if you don't shoot it, it will also like completely turn off, and you won't do that amount of damage. Yeah, and it will forcefully make you reload, which I like that little bit, and you can shoot again. So that's what the thermal ballistic overcharge is. The next one is obviously on the line of the Badger. But now I know, yes, we don't have a Badger tech tree. It only goes to the Death Star. But I will go ahead and show you what the obviously this ridiculous fucking thing is called the Breaker. Now, this doesn't affect the gun at all. It affects the mobility. So it's called direct drive. So up to plus 70 engine power. I'll go ahead and keep my mouse on mobility. Up to plus 50 of top speed. So your top speed is 20 averaging, which is stock, by the way. If you activate the drive power, you go plus 50. So you will go, I think, maybe 70. But there's also negative 30 for traverse speeds. So it will decrease the traverse speed, and up to 15 mode activation. So you have to go over 15 miles per hour in order to activate it, and up to one maximum performance. So no further ado, I will go ahead and show you obviously what it does. It will automatically activate. So I'm not sure if World of Tanks Blitz, War Game, I should say, that these guys will make the Breaker into a Tier-11, or they will make it into something that is similar to this. Don't mind the pet auto claim as well. So yeah, this is an automatic system that they activate automatically. Now next is after the can opener, which is a double barrel vehicle, as you can see here, which is called the Salvo firing mode, which is technically another ST2 kind of. But This one's called the Contriver. So what this one is, it's obviously the same mechanic, the salvo firing mode. It does this what it is. So if you push a button, you will shoot both at the same time, and I believe you would do the same amount of damage. Yeah, you would do times two of 440. Your damage is this. The penetration is the same of 600. Fuck. This penetration is the same at 265, but your damage is doubled if you activate the salvo, which is 800 or 900, depending on the average roll that you do, or depends on if you high roll, average and roll, or mega roll. That is what you do. So the next one is the Concept 5, which used to be a absolute horrible tank, but now it's a fantastic tank. But the Executor is a high pressure turbo assistance. So it only affects the once more the mobility. Now I'm not sure if this tank or the lane of this tech tree will be common to World of Tanks Blitz because I cannot give that information out. But this will only affect the mobility. So up to 150 of engine power, so it will not increase the engine power to an extra 150, so 860 engine power. It will be increasing the top speed 104. Your stock forward speed is 65, and your reverse is 33, which is fast for a real tank. And this tank is also very accurate as well, which is your aiming time is 1.73, which is nuts for this tank. And also the DPM is 2612 with your average penetration of 262, which is more than enough to go through pretty much every tank in the game, and 480 damage, which is fucking nuts. And up to 114 reverse speed, you will go 114 backwards, and up to 5 duration. But if you go through the upgrades, it will go longer, per se. And it has a 15-second cooldown, and obviously a cooldown bonus is negative 50. Depends on what you do, pretty much. And there's a 50 cooldown bonus speed threshold. So it's like an overheating system. So if you overheat it, it will take 50 seconds to cool down. But once more, if you do the upgrades, it will decrease. I am pretty sure. So let's go ahead and show you the pretty much the video, which I don't need to show you, but I will just show you anyways. So let's go ahead. So yeah, I miscalculated on what the ability is. So if you go 50, the standard speed without doing the actual turbo as is, you actually fast forward the cooldown for the ability, which is really cool. And when you're underwater, it will completely deactivate it because obviously it needs to breathe to activate. So that's what the high pressure turbocharger assistant is. Next line, the France. Now, France has three. One of them is from the AMX 50B line and the impenetrable. So it's called the cassette loading system, which it affects the firepower. So the average penetration is 270 and you do 440, and damage per minute is 2.5, 31. What the casual loading system does, it up to 2.5 penalty to reloading. So I'll go ahead and show you what this Tier-11 does. So no further ado, let's get into it. So what it is showing you here, so if you shoot 3 shells and hold the last one, it will take less seconds to reload those 3 shells. But I believe it will also show you if you shoot the fourth or if you interrupt it. I'm not sure. Let's find out. Aha, no, I was completely wrong. So if you shoot your final last shell around 7 seconds until the last two is about to reload, you can shoot your final shell to reload the entire full clip. So that is what that mechanic do for the impre- impregnation. What? No. Imbatable. That's what it is. So I know we don't have the AMX M454 tech tree in the game, but this one's another good tank, which is called the Fracture or Fuchsia Fracture, whatever it's called. So what this mechanic do, it is called the introduction propellant afterburner. So it affects the fire and power. So your average penetration is 267, around 400 damage. What this does for the introduction propellant afterburner, the maximum pre-limit damage bonus is 25, up to 100 post-limit damage spike of HP, up to 62.5 maximum post-limit damage bonus for every percent, up to 4.5 charge acceleration speed, up to 55 charge speed per shot, 70 charge limit, 5 charge loss speed, up to plus 56% of pulse limit dispersion at 100 meters, up to 60% pulse limit aiming time, and 2 limiter toggle cooldown. So no further ado, it's better than me showing you than it to explain it, because obviously, of me trying to explain it, I completely got it completely wrong. That's a really high roll. 584. So what that showed you is where you push a key to activate it. I'm not sure how what would have tanked Blitz developers do if they decided to bring this sort of mechanic in, but obviously as you activate this ability, your accuracy will decrease, but your damage will increase by 600 as you saw there, which that is what it shows you. So I'm not gonna have to. I'm gonna have to speed this up a little bit. The next one is after the back chat 25-ton, called the ACXX40T, and what this is, it affects the firepower as well. So your average penetration is 263 with 410 damage. Your DPM is 2483, but that's not what that affects. This external ammunition supply module, it obviously the reload activation up to 2.5 and up to 1.5 of reload intuition. So it is it it only affects the reload and the pretty much just the reload, which this video here will show you what it does. It will reload one shell at a time for 6 seconds. But if you push C, you can interrupt that reload and shoot those two shells. And if you push C again or shoot those shells, you can load those shells again. You can shoot whatever shells you want. You can shoot one shell, or you could wait until you reload three shells and you can shoot those three shells, and vice versa. Or you could wait until it reloads the entire five shells, which I believe it is like, wow, I just saw that it takes 30 seconds to reload the entire magazine. And of course, it's an intro clip of 2.6 seconds for you to shoot those clips. So I believe this guy's going to push C again for it to. Oh, never mind. It's just that. So we will go ahead and go for the Type 71 next. So what this tank is called, it is the STK2, which this ability called activating gun cooling, and it affects the firing power. So your obviously your average penetration of 265 with a damage 470 alpha, your DPM is 2907. Your gun loading is 9.7 seconds. What the activate gun cooling does, up to 331.9 fully heated gun cooling time, up to 0.1 second cooling delay time, and up to 46 heat per shot. Now, no further ado, I will actually get into it. If it will play, there you go, play. So it's pretty much the more you shoot, the less accurate you get, and the more you hold the shell, you will get accurate. So it's kind of like the Leopard one in a way, or Leopard one. Uh, yeah, the Leopard 120. So this next one is the within the text tree of the WZ113 GFT called the BTZ58. Now, what this substantial rocket thrusters do, it infects the mobility. It up to 130 engine power with thrusters enabled. Top speed with thrusters, it will go 112.5. Reverse speed, it will also increase your reverse speed plus 100. 130 to traverse speed, so you can fucking wiggle like a fucking turtle having sex. Anyways, and the boost availability is up to 10, I believe up to 10 times of those, or 10 seconds, I believe. And obviously, boost duration is 10 seconds and up to 12 thruster cooldown. So let us go ahead and show you what the obviously the video is for you. Everyone's to load. There we go. Of course, it will deactivate when you're underwater as well. So what the Sunshine rocket tossers do, it will increase your turning speed and all that stuff. So within the BZ75 line, this one is called the BZ79, which is called the liquid thrusters. And it only once more affects the mobility. So what the liquid fuel boosters do, it plus 250 inch power with boosters, up to 155 top speed with boosters, negative 90 reverse speed duration with the boosters on, up to negative 70 with the traverse speed reduction with boosters enabled, up to 12.5 booster duration, up to 40 booster cooling time. So if you, I believe if you use it the entire thing, it will take 40 seconds to cool down. To reactivate limit is 70 and 5 reactivation delay, so you can't spam it for say. So that's what it does. So no further ado, let us go ahead and watch the video for you guys. So I know for sure that us World of Tanks Blitz players for the NAEU Asia server, we do not have rockets in the game, but Leicester do. So I'm not sure what is going to happen there. Yeah, so it shows you what happens here. You can activate it to go faster. You can also deactivate it so you don't have to have it like overheat and stuff. And I believe when you do it overheat, obviously it needs to cool down. So that's what that tank is. Next one, which is in the CS63 line and called the Shikao, and it's called the Tactical Power Pack. So what it does, holy shit, this infects. So I know for sure that there's two modes for this one. I obviously have a video up on my World of Tanks channel. Um, it is called Dark on World of Tanks, but it's obviously like um it is like this tank in a way. So if you push a button, there's two modes. One of them is speed mode, where you can go into fast spots around the map, and but you will be less accurate and you will miss all your shots every now and then. But if you push the button again, you will be slower, but you will be more accurate and you will be aiming in much faster. So that's what that does in a way. So that's what the Shakel does. So I'm not going to show you what it is. If you want to see what it does, you can pretty much watch that video about this tank on my channel, which is, I believe it's called the Beast Tank. Um, for the Sturv 103B, I believe we will be getting the Sturv line in the near future. I am not sure. So what this tank does, it pretty much have two modes for it. So you can hydraulic by pushing an extra system, and it's called the siege mode, where it completely shuts off your engine, but you will be fucking slow as dog shit. So it affects your pretty much firepower. That is what this mode does. So it's up to negative 12.5 gun loading. So you currently gun loading time is 6.42. Uh, your average penetration is 314 and 390 alpha with a DPM of 3,643, which is nuts, and up to negative 25 dispersion at 100 meters. Your current dispersion right now for your stock, it is 0.28, which is absolutely nuts. And if you activate the pillbox mode, 1 kilometer forwards, 1 kilometer backwards, which is fucking slow. There's up to negative 60 horizontal traverse speed, so I believe it's that way or that way, so sideways, and up to negative 40 vertical traverse speed, and up to 5 switching to pillar box mode, which is it completely turns off your tank's engine completely, and up to 3 seconds to switch to other modes. So I believe I did my like I explained what the pillar box mode does. It pretty much shuts your tank off completely, and you will pretty much lose the sometimes your entire fights of the durations. So that's what are these Tier-11 tanks, and there will be more coming into World of Tanks in the future. But now there is obviously some coming to World of Tanks Blitz. So I have made this video for you guys to see what T11s do in World of Tanks, and hopefully we either have either the same mechanics for these sorts of tanks, or the developers for World of Tanks Blitz will go for a different route. We have no clue. We have to see what they do. And of course, if you want to stay tuned for me to release you more about obviously this sort of thing, and obviously one final thing, that the Reforged update is completely going to be completely postponed for 3 months, or it will be from further years from onwards. So Reforge will come out, but it will be in the future. So it will be 4, maybe 5 years or so. So this is pretty much the video. If you have enjoyed the video, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell notification icon so you do not miss any content like this. Please subscribe, help a brother out. Need the subs. Thank you. Once more, Right, I almost forgotten about the Black Rock before the video actually ends. So the Black Rock is obviously a rewards vehicle by doing missions. So right now I am going towards Hund, the Wind Hund, whatever it's called. I only need two more, then I actually earn the tank. Then the next, which is pretty much the Dravik, which is the pretty much right now in water tanks, a broken tank in water tanks. And some of these missions are completely broken. And destroying an SPG, enable your allies to cause 1000 damage to enemy vehicles by spotting or stunning or immobilize them. So all of this, I need to be either in light tanks and or ambush vehicles. So this is what this is. But you need to do the Wind Hunt first, then the Dravik, and then after the Dravik, you can do the Black Rock missions, which, in my opinion, will be the hardest tank to get. For creeping, for completing the campaign with honors, you will get plus 360 days of premium. You will also get the jetpack legendary 3D attachment and a medal as well to go besides your name. For completing operation with honors, you will also get a medal as well for class 1, which is beside your name as well, and you will also get a honor the Black Rock style as well. But since I'm an average player, I doubt that I will be able to do completing with honors. I think that you can either put this behind your head. You will either sometimes complete it throughout the no matter what you do. This tank is the hardest to do for the missions. It also, this tank does not earn you extra credits at all. It only gives you more experience, more bonds, and free transfers. And what this burst mode is, it affects the firepower. So your average penetration is 268, and you do 420 alpha. Your gun loading is 10.7 seconds. Your aiming time is 2.1, and your DPM is 2503. What the burst mode mechanic do, it does two penetrations to activate the mode, which you need to penetrate two shots in order to able to use the burst mode, which has two shells within this mode. Burst mode reload up to 1 second and up to 70-second shot dispersion at 100 meters. So I will also show you what the mechanic is before I actually roll the outro for you. That's that. Officially, thank you for watching. Bye bye. Now roll the outro. Once more, stay safe out there in the battlefield and in real life. Now we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.